Hi TBC, what's the deal? Now, I cannot wait for this fight card tomorrow. Victor Ortiz and Andre Berto rematch. Good undercard, man. It's a good undercard. But what I'm not happy about, and it's free fights, it's on Fox, PBC, shouts out to them. But I was listening to an EJ Boxing Live interview with Eddie Chambers. Shout out to EJ and the whole panel that was on. Shout out to all of y'all. But listen to the interview, Eddie Chambers talking. Then at the very end of the interview says, oh yeah, the fight's not going to be televised. How the fuck isn't this fight going to be televised? It's a good heavyweight fight, kind of a crossroad fight. Both guys are 34 years old. We know Eddie Chambers has a way more extensive resume than my man Gerald Washington. Gerald Washington is more of a prospect type of guy, although he is the same age. Former football college player. I think he has some NFL pro tryouts. 6'6", 250 pounds. Looks like fucking He-Man. You know what I mean? But people will say, yeah, but he didn't fight like He-Man against Amir Mansour. You know, Amir Mansour was pushing him back. Washington pretty much was fighting off his back foot. I thought there was a lot of things he could have done differently in that fight with Mansour. It was a draw. I thought Mansour won the fight. So I can understand why some people will say, well, you know, with Washington fighting the way he fights, and then Eddie Chambers usually being a fast, slick counterpuncher type of guy, likes to use his hand speed, this might not make for an entertaining fight. Okay, fair enough. But to me, there's a lot riding on this fight. There's a lot riding on this fight because Eddie Chambers wins this fight. He beats one of the, top American prospect type of guys. His name gets out there again, especially if he does it in an impressive fashion. If Gerald Washington goes in there and shows us something different and uses size and his reach and his right hand and knocks, Eddie Chambers out, now his name is out there again. But both of these guys not fighting on TV is just alarming to me, man. Like, these dudes better turn the StubHub upside down tomorrow night. They better go for broke. Because now you motherfuckers ain't even fighting on TV. I mean, Eddie Chambers competed he fought Vladimir Klitschko for the title. This isn't just some chump, And he earned his title shot. This isn't just some chump that's fighting Gerald Washington on some, untelevised fight. I don't know how this fight isn't televised, man. I'm not saying it should be main event material, but at least the opener, something. God damn, how is this fight not on TV? Especially here in America when the heavyweight division, especially for us Americans, I'm not talking about worldwide because, the Klitschko fans and other fans across the world have a different opinion. But as far as heavyweights goes, the heavyweights, Deontay Wilder has the title, getting ready to fight Povetkin, Charles Martin. He did hold the title. Starting to get their names back out there again. Look at that card out in the Barclays a few months ago that had Deontay Wilder, Spilka, Charles Martin, Glasgow on that card. That was an exciting card. For them, and for some of you that don't know, the Amir Mansour versus Dominic Brazil was supposed to be on that card, but it got pushed like a week later. Or I think it was a week or two later that fight went down. But for this not to be on TV is just ridiculous. I mean, Charles Martin been on TV. Dominic Brazil been on fucking TV. Charles Martin should continue to be on TV, especially this is a step up fight for him. This isn't a step down from Amir Mansour. Amir Mansour is a harder puncher, the more, I guess, exciting fighter to watch. Eddie Chambers been out in the UK getting training in with the Fury boys, been over there for a while. He's over there for a minute. He came back stateside. He's getting no love. I know he isn't a huge KO puncher, but anything can happen in this fight, and we need to see it. He may put up the high guard and try to walk Gerald Washington down. I know Washington was set to fight Oscar Rivas. I believe that fight was going to be televised, and then Rivas couldn't pass the eye exam, and that fight got scrapped. But not having this heavyweight fight on a televised card on Fox is just ridiculous to me, man. And for some of you going to say, oh, nobody's checking for them. I am. There's a lot of fans that's checking for this fight. Listen to that panel that EJ had on his channel. All them fans on that panel was like, what? It's not going to be. Everybody was pissed off. We want to see this fight. So Chambers and Washington, man, y'all got to go in there and put a show on, man, and prove to the fans in these networks and to the promoters, whoever, that you mean business. Gerald Washington, man, I want to, Lennox Lewis was a guy that used to use his jab and move around the ring. He did in the Tua fight, did in the Holyfield fight. There were some fights he did that, but then there were some fights he stepped on the gas and knocked people the fuck out. Hakeem Rockman knocked him out in the first fight, and Lennox was a totally different fighter that second time around. He stepped right up to Michael Grant and knocked him the fuck out. Franz Bolt. I mean, he fought cautious sometimes, and there's sometimes he let them damn hands go. Razor Ruddock. I mean, every time he let them fucking hands go in big fights. I know Gerald Washington think what he's doing is, fighting off your back foot and being smart and a cerebral type fighter, and that's cool. You're the one in the ring. You're a lot smarter than me. But I'm just saying, though, man, you have to sit down on motherfucking big right hands and let that firework go. Or at least make Chambers walk into a big right hand, something. But you can't be out here playing tag and shit, man. Not that big and strong. But I don't think that means that they should take this man off TV. He's undefeated still. Dominic Breazeale got knocked on his ass by Amir Mansour and was losing the fight. Now, I know it's not Breazeale's fault. He's the one that broke Amir Mansour's jaw for him to, quit on his stool. It is what it is, man. I'm just being real about it. And I like Amir Mansour. But Breazeale didn't look all that fucking spectacular in his last fight to me, and he's getting a fucking title shot. You can say, oh, because he's rated. Okay, cool, but he's getting a title shot. Against right now what it seems like the biggest cash, or as far as attention and popularity, Anthony Joshua is probably the most popular motherfucker at heavyweight right now. Gerald Washington had a draw with Amir Mansour. I mean, yeah, Breazeale won the fight. You could say, well, shit, he won the fight though, Mr. Box. Okay, cool, he won it, but you guys know what I'm talking about when you watch the fight. He got knocked on his ass. He was getting beat in that fight. Clearly. But I don't know, man. I wish this fight, it makes me not want to do a fucking breakdown on the fight, man. Like, so what, just gotta read about the fucking results? I don't want to read about the results for this fight. This is in America, 2 American heavyweights. The American heavyweight scene is finally getting exciting for just for the fans to get back in tune to watch the fights. And it'll be a free fight. And the fight means something. YTBC.